Some tragic news for the tri-state. Jonathan, as you said, that was the news that we were hoping we would not have to report. Unfortunately, when you take a look at the damage here in this new video we're seeing, this close look, you can tell this was an extremely serious situation. The damage to the cockpit there, we know that there were some grave injuries involved, and now, unfortunately, we have to report that the pilot and co-pilot have died in this collision. Jonathan.
Yes, and again, the two police officers who were in the truck hurled from the truck, suffering broken bones, rushed to a hospital, and they are expected to be okay in the long term, we were told, and that obviously the investigation into what caused this fatal collision at LaGuardia Airport now very much a pressing matter for the NTSB GO team that is going to come up and arrive at LaGuardia to begin the investigation. I would expect we will hear a preliminary statement from them sometime mid-morning, midday, as they attempt to get their arms around exactly what happened. You guys earlier played the audio recordings of the communications between the tower and that emergency Port Authority truck that was traveling to a different emergency. And the questions are, did it have clearance to go? There are some who are saying, yes, that's what they were told. And then they were told, stop, 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 as they realized that that Air Canada flight was coming down the runway at the end of its landing. And again, the sources telling us that it was going about 30 miles an hour, a big jumbo jet crashing into that Port Authority vehicle. And again, two sources familiar with the matter now telling us that the pilot and co-pilot were killed, a police sergeant and a police officer injured, and we are awaiting word as to a stewardess who was in a jump seat near the front of the plane, her status and condition and what injuries she may have suffered. And again, that on top of the dozens of passengers who obviously suffered some kind of bumps and bruises as that plane came to a stop a short distance later after the collision. And as you saw from some of that video, wound up out on its, leaning back, if you will, on its tail. And the question is, at what point in time did that happen? Was that as a result of the collision? Was that a result of everyone exiting through certain exits? We don't have clarity on that. And of course, that will be part of the investigation. I have to stress everything remains preliminary because, again, we only have a couple of official statements from the Port Authority, which did point out, as Gilma read it, that Port Authority police and fire truck was responding to a different matter and was crossing the runway to get and address that other incident when this collision took place.
Jonathan, you mentioned it there as we're starting to piece together different elements that help us understand what happens this evening. We have seen the pictures and video, and thanks to your reporting, we now understand the tragic outcome, the loss of life of the pilot and co-pilot of that Air Canada flight. You can see the front of the airplane, the nose of the airplane after the collision there.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.